What does being colorblind mean to you? Can you see colors perfectly? How do you know? Being colorblind is something that everybody needs to know about. Did you know that there are several types of colorblindness? Not many people know this fact. So, what does being colorblind mean? This means that you have something wrong with the cones in your eye, so you cannot see colors as perfectly as someone with normal vision. This does affect everyday life. In a normal life, someone might ask someone to pick them up a red Gatorade. But for a colorblind person, they would have to ask what flavor, and it would be fruit punch. Now, what it means to me, it's a disability, but I don't think it's a disability. I'm proud to be colorblind, and yes, I am colorblind. It's unique and rare. So I'm happy that I'm a part of the colorblind community. Being colorblind is more difficult than one may think. It is because there are several types. There are three main types, four, if you count the pure black and white. So there's a protan. This is red-green color blindness. There's protanomaly and protanopia. Protanomaly is not as severe as protanopia, and this goes for all the types. So what can someone with protan vision see? Since it's red-green color blindness, they cannot see red at all. It looks brown or gray. They cannot see green, it looks yellow, and they cannot see purple, it looks blue. Now, a Dutton, this is almost the same thing. It's also a red-green colorblind type, but instead of not being able to see red, they can't see green. And then you have a Triton. This is what I think I am. I've taken the test several times, and it keeps flipping between a Proton and a Triton, so I'm not sure which one I am, but I like to claim I'm a Triton. This one's more hard to tell you about. It's a blue-yellow colorblindness, and no, this does not mean I get blue and yellow mixed up. This means blue and purple look the same. I can't see blue sometimes. And then colors like yellow may appear white, and then I get oranges and reds mixed up. And you have mono or achromatic, which is pure color blindness, and not even dogs are purely colorblind. They at least see some color. Some may have a more mild case than someone else. If one does not see colors perfectly fine, one might react in a different way. So it does affect people. Some people overreact. When I first tell people I'm colorblind, most of the time they say, oh, what color's my shirt? What color's her eyes? They keep asking me to identify colors, and it is very annoying, and it happens all of the time. Then you have people who underreact. Like last week in the lab, I asked my professor what color my results were because the people next to me got a pinkish purple result, and all I saw was blue. So I asked him to help me, and he helped me for about a minute, but then he went back to doing something else. And I struggled through the rest of the lab. I thought I was going to fail because I could not see the colors of my results. The first time I remember being colorblind actually affected me was when I was a sophomore in high school. In my chemistry lab, we had to look through this little microscope and identify the colors and color it down. I was upset because I couldn't see any of the colors. So I asked my teacher for help, and she said, oh, just copy someone else's work, they'll help you. But we had to fit a 30-minute lab into 5 minutes. So they couldn't help me. And I remember thinking I'm going to fail, and I cried because I couldn't get any help, and I couldn't do my assignment at all. And that's my main experience I remember with being colorblind. I remember being not diagnosed, but figuring out that I was colorblind around 6th grade, I would think. And then when I did, people didn't believe me. And it's hard because people don't believe you, but how are you supposed to prove that you can't see colors? It's complicated. Are you sure that you're still not colorblind? You probably are not, since it's pretty rare. If you do have it, you're not unlucky, but unique. Since there are several types, it is hard for the colorblind community to be understood. Luckily, there are filters people can use to understand what it is like. They make colorblind glasses for protons. People say it different ways. And it's mainly for the red-green colorblindness through Enchroma. It's a website that takes the colorblind test with you. And when you put on the glasses, you can see colors not perfectly, but better. I'm sure you've seen some of the videos online. The community is very interesting, and there's a lot to learn. These are the types of colorblindness. On one side, you have the percentages of people who have it. In the middle, you have the top, and on the other side, you have what they would see. I find this slide very interesting because it gives you a visual of what types of color blindness are like what. This is a proton. So for a colorblind test, like the Enchroma one, you have a circle with colors and it has a number inside of it. What number do you see? Some people, the normal people, would usually see a 74. But like on the other side, I cannot see that. The colors blending together. Apparently it is a 9, but a proton cannot see that. All they see is normally the same color. This is a troton. This is another type of test. You're supposed to find the gap that's in the picture. Again, I cannot see the gap in the picture. I had to have some help to find it. So for me, all the colors just blend in together, but for normal people, you can see where the gap is. This is a Dutton. Again, where's the gap? I see this one just fine. Some people may not. The gap is on the left side. People with Dutton color vision will not be able to see this at all, and the colors will blend in together. And lastly, we have mono or achromatic, and this is black and white. I found a picture to show you what they would see. It's just like a black and white movie. You cannot see anything but like black, whites, and grays. This is an interesting one that I found. The top says you have normal red vision. The one below it, I have to focus more to see what it says. Your green vision is correct. And then you have a box that says you're not red blind. And the other box that says you are not green blind. So if you are green blind, you will not be able to see the not. So it says you are green blind. But people with normal vision will see you are not green blind.